Hey, what's going on, family? Winterville had a planning session at the beginning of this week. So I just wanted to share a couple of things with you that happened at the meeting, especially if you live in Winterville. This is something that's going to be impacting you. So I'm going to share that information with you, as well as I have a tool that I have created to help Pitt County voters have everything that they need in one place, so you won't have to be here, there, and everywhere looking for what you are going to need for the primary elections. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Winterville and this planning session, let's go ahead and talk about it because I thought it was interesting. Now, this was my first time going to a planning session meeting, so I had asked ahead of time what was a planning session. I asked one of the councils just so I can have the understanding of what it was, what I should expect, so I can plan properly and make sure that I have what I need as far as my notes, so I can ask questions at the end just so I can get the information. So I went, and I was told prior to going that the planning session was pretty much, they were going to be discussing the goals for Winterville. I was also told that they were possibly going to be talking about new policy changes because Winterville hasn't had updated policies in over 30 years. Okay, now this is what I was told from one of the councils. So I'm just telling y'all what was shared with me. Winterville has not updated their policies in over 30 years. Okay, those were some things that were going to be discussed. So that's what I was expecting when I got there. Okay, so now when I got there, that's not really what happened, to be honest. That's not really what happened. So what did they end up discussing? Well, they had some really good food. I just want to put that out there. They fed me, which I appreciate them. Thank y'all for inviting me to eat with y'all. The food was absolutely excellent. I think it was from Raynell's. I believe they're in Winterville. They catered. Food was a bomb. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That cake, hey, it felt like somebody's grandma was in the back whipping up that cake from scratch. I ain't even gonna lie to you, that joker was moist in the mug, but the food was great. But let me stay focused. I got off task there. But look, okay, they ate, which I think is great for them getting together and breaking bread together. I think that's important. The two things that they really discussed all night was, I'm not going to say all night, I'm going to say the major thing. They had a discussion. I don't know if you guys know that the Winterville police chief, he's going to be retiring in March. So one of the things that the town manager brought up to discuss was some attributes that the town council wanted to see in the next police chief. So that's was something that they discussed, some things that they wanted to see in the next police chief. I thought that was interesting because he was sitting there. I was like, man, I don't know about that, having the discussion with him there. I don't know. I ain't really like that, but that was just my thing. And it seemed like it was a surprise to the council. Like they didn't know some of the stuff that they were going to be asked. So that was just interesting to see up close. Everybody went around the room to discuss the things that they wanted to see in the new police chief, whoever that person may be, some of the values, how they want him to lead or her to lead for the town of Winterville. That was one of the things that they discussed. And the next thing that they discussed was the mayor brought up the advisory boards. Now, if you don't know what advisory boards, that's where you, like, just say you live in Winterville and you would like to volunteer on one of the boards in your town. You can actually volunteer and actually have impact where you live at. They have the Parks and Recs board in Winterville. So if parks and recreation or programs that you would like to see in Winterville, you could absolutely volunteer on that board and give ideas and insight there and have impact there. You can volunteer on human relations board if that's something that interests you. The board of adjustment board, you have the planning and zoning board, stormwater advisory board. Those are boards that you as a resident of Winterville, you could participate in if that's something that interests you, which I think is important for if you have a desire to volunteer in your local government. That would be a great place to start. Actually, I'm actually going to put that information in the caption so y'all can actually look at that and see the different boards and possibly see if something interests you. Go ahead and sign up for it. But yeah, the mayor was expressing that he didn't want any council members to serve on the board. He would rather that they be like liaisons for the board, and that's pretty much one of the council members to pretty much come back and report to the board what's going on. And if the board needs any help with anything, they can go and speak to the council and be that go-between from the board and the council. So he said that he didn't want any council members to be chairs in the board or pretty much to be on the board. He wanted to reserve that just for the residents. So that's one thing that he was speaking about there. And after the mayor went through what he wanted to happen on the volunteer board, one of the council members was like, is this considered our planning session or our vision session or something like that? And I was like, I was looking like, what in the world going on? Because I guess they were expecting more too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to see what the next meeting is going to look like, because that meeting, I went thinking that we were going to be talking about getting deep into policies, getting deep into the goals for the next few years, and also going over how they will be going about the budget and spending like that. That's really what I expected. So I'm hoping at the next meeting, because they're going to be having another planning meeting on February 5th. So I'm going to be there just because I want to know what they're going to be doing. So, what they're going to be focusing on the next couple of years, what's important to them. Because when everybody was going on their campaigns talking about they were going to do X, Y, and Z. So this is the time where we should be hearing what everybody's focus should be, what the board's focus will be over the next couple of years. So I'm very interested to see what that will look like, what the goals will look like for the town of Winterville. So I'm hoping that they will go more in depth, because a town without vision, leaders without vision, that is a little scary. That's something that is concerning to me. So I'm hoping that they go into depth of as far as how they plan on leading Winterville over the next couple of years. So I just wanted to share a tool that I created to help everybody that lives in Pitt County. I called it a voter hub because it has everything that you need for the primary elections in Pitt County in March. I'm going to share my screen with you here in just 1 second. And hopefully you can see the screen right here. And if you know my channel, it's called From the Ground Up NC. Okay, so here is a voter hub that I created for Pitt County primary elections. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk through it. So here is the main page. Okay, guys, so it's pretty simple. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. It's a pretty easy tool, step by step. So you'll be able to find important election dates and deadlines here. Click on that. It'll take you directly to the page so you can have the information that you need there. Okay. All right. So if you would need to look up your voter information to see your district, to see your sample ballot, and to actually see what races are on your ballot, you can look that information up right here. Open your voter, look up, type in your name, type in your last name, and pull that information up there. Okay. And it'll tell you the people that are in these areas. Once you check that out, it'll tell you your districts. Okay. And once you find out who's in your districts, here are your candidates here. Okay. And then you'll be able to do further research at your leisure. Okay. So all of these people are candidates that will be on your primary elections. Okay. And if you need help to find the races that apply to you, you can follow these steps here 1 through 3. And if you have any issues, you can absolutely reach out to Pitt County Board of Elections, and they will be able to further assist you. But everything you need is right here when you are looking for your candidates, as well as important dates, as well as your registration, your districts, and your sample ballot. Okay, you'll be able to find that here. So I pray that this is useful to you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, so hopefully it will be helpful to you guys. If y'all have any questions, just reach out to me. So I hope you guys are staying safe and warm. I don't know about y'all, it is snowing here. So if you are in Winterville or the Pitt County area, I hope you guys stay warm. Okay, and I will see you guys next week.